Okay, guys, we're going to go over negative exponents now. So if you have a variable raised to the negative first power, it can look like this. It can look like this. It can look like this. Or I'm going to give you a number example. It can look like this. Okay? You have to remember, if they're not already in fraction forms like these two in the middle, you're going to put it in fraction form by putting it over the number 1. Okay? After you do that, you need to make sure that these negative exponents all around here have to be positive. So my first thing is I'm going to circle the ones that have a negative sign. So this one is a negative, means I have to move you. I'm going to have to move this one. I'm going to have to move this one. That one's positive. I don't have to touch it. And this one is negative. Okay? You guys all recognize that the ones that I circled are negative. The only thing I need to do is make these negative signs positive signs. The numbers stay the same because you guys were having trouble with that yesterday. You're not changing any numbers. You're not changing any variables. The only thing you're changing is making it to a positive sign. So you see how it's originally up here and it's negative? In order to make it positive, you're just moving it in the opposite direction. Okay? So instead of a 1 being there, you now have x to the negative first there. There is an invisible 1 here, but it's kind of like not necessary. If you want to put it there, you can. If not, it's also correct. And now, since we moved our x to the negative first down here to our denominator, there's nothing left up here. So you need your placeholder there, which is a 1. That is the only number acceptable up there if there's nothing left. Okay? It has to be a 1. It cannot be a 0. It cannot be a 2. It's a 1. Now for this one, you have x to the negative third power. It's in your denominator. You need it positive because it's a negative 3. So you're moving it up. You literally got 2 choices. It's in the numerator, it's in the denominator. It has to be on opposite sides, okay? It's either going up or it's going down. So now that we moved it up, it's going to be, again, x. It now turns positive 3. And again, there's nothing in our denominator because when we move that, it's gone. You're left with a 1 in your denominator. Okay? Now we're going to work with this one. This one is negative. I need to move it down. Why am I not moving it up? Because there's nothing up there. Okay, the fraction goes down. So you're left with, we did not have to move x to the second power. It was positive, so it stays right here. And you're moving m to the negative second power in your denominator with it. Again, now that you move m to the negative second power, there's nothing left in your numerator, which means you need your placeholder of 1. That's it. Now for this one, you need it positive. So for this one, you have 2 raised to the negative second power. Oh, I'm lying. See, I made a mistake. It's not supposed to be negative when you move it. It's supposed to be positive. And again, there's nothing in your numerator now that you moved it. You put a placeholder of 1. If you're asking what happened to this one right here, there's always an invisible 1 next to every single number, but it looks stupid if you put it next to each other. So you don't really need it there. That's why we don't put it. Okay? If you want to simplify it and be more of a mathematical genius, because this is a number, 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. I'm not asking you to simplify anything yet. I'm first asking you to first understand what I'm talking about. Okay? Hope that makes sense.